Survivor is back for its historic 50th season full of former iconic players. And joining me now is Survivor Season 46 runner-up Charlie Davis. Hi, Charlie. It's so good to see you again. How are things?
Hi, things are great. We're the whole cast is up in New York right now. We are snowed in with the blizzard, but we're all pumped for the season and even more pumped for the fans to finally get to see season 50.
Yes, I'm so excited. I was just thinking, I'm like, it's crazy that we found out last May the cast, and now it's like finally here. The premiere's almost here. We get to see how this crazy kind of turn of events plays out. So let's start with this, Charlie. Why was it important for you to return to play Survivor?
Well, I mean, it feels like I could go on and on and on and on, but I think it's so special to have the opportunity to be a part of season 50. It's a historic season, I always say, of television. It's not just another returning Survivor season. Survivor's just had such an incredible 25-year run and cultural impact, and this season really stands for that history and the impact that it's had on the reality TV genre, on just pop culture in general. So it's just an absolute no-brainer when I was offered a spot on the cast. I feel so lucky just to be a part of this amazing, amazing season.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited you're back, especially because you had such a good go at the first time around. As I mentioned, you were runner-up, so you made it to Final Tribal Council. But with that, having one, season under your belt, how does your mindset and strategy kind of differ going in this time?
Well, it's a totally different dynamic. You're going from being on a season with all players who have never played Survivor before, sort of figuring out the ropes as they go along, to playing Survivor on a season filled with people who have played before, sometimes 3, 4, even 5 times. It's a totally different dynamic, and you have all these interpersonal relationships that exist outside of the game. So it's the same game. We're playing the same game, but the people who are playing it, and I guess I'll say the sort of rules of engagement are very different. People have just very different attitudes about coming back to play the second time, and I think that makes for a lot of fun dynamics
Yeah.
for a returning player season.
Yeah, well, and I'm excited to see how kind of those dynamics play into the social of this season, because like it makes me think of on season 40 Winners at War, you had that poker alliance or whatever it was, and that really came to be like a pivotal part of how people got voted out. And so I'm curious to see if we see something like that this time around. Now, you came so close to being crowned sole survivor on your first season, as I mentioned. Coming back, do you feel a sense of maybe vengeance or redemption? And maybe did that fuel your decision to come back?
I think absolutely that was front of mind when I was thinking about returning, when I was in the process of casting for 50, and absolutely, I considered it a huge shot, a chance to finish the unfinished business that I felt I sort of had, and yeah, I'm excited to have people watch me return.
Yeah. Now, Charlie, I hate to bring it up, but I'm going to. Obviously, in your season, you and Maria's alliance was a big kind of storyline, and then her not voting you at the end was one of the most talked about things of your season. Does that kind of affect the way you view and trust allies now, given how things turned out the last time?
Oh, it's a good question, and it is tricky. But I think what it comes down to is you can't play Survivor alone. You need allies, and you need to build trust. And as much as the ending was not picture perfect with me and Maria, in some ways that was a great example of an alliance that worked really well in the game. It just didn't quite have the cherry on top there at the end, but there was a lot of you know, I had a lot of great trust in Maria throughout the game, and I'm always looking out for allies that can have great trust in. You have to have
Yeah.
them to succeed.
Yeah, well, and like you said, I think it's proof that a strong relationship does get you far in the game and can work, even if it doesn't maybe end up in the result that you hope for. Now, obviously, I know all of you involved on the cast were maybe excited or most nervous to see different people, but who would you say you were most excited to see arrive on the island with you, and who were you most hesitant or maybe nervous about?
Oh, that's a great question. I think for me, just because of who I knew and who I didn't know, I was just so excited to see some of these old school players that I hadn't met before, but I've been fans of, and you know, people who are true legends of the game, like Surrey Fields, Benjamin Coach Wade, the Dragon Slayer, Stephanie LaGrossa, all these players, Jenna Lewis from season 1, all these players going way, way, way back into the history of the show. It was so great to see them, and just having players from all up and down the history of the show sort of come together to fight it out on 50 was just something I was so excited about. I don't know if there was anyone that I was dreading seeing out on the beach. Certainly some dangerous players, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
at least for those first couple moments, it was a lot of excitement about who was going to be out there.
Yeah.
Even if everyone's sizing each other up a little bit.
Sure. Well, I mean, it is super exciting and super special, I think, to have, you know, as you mentioned, Jenna from season 1 and then have 2 folks from season 49. I mean, it literally spans the life of the show. Now,
Exactly.
something that really stood out to me about your gameplay in 46 was you kind of using your Taylor Swift super fandom and knowledge to really help with your relationship building. Can we expect to see some of that again this time around?
I don't know. I mean, 46 was a unique situation where I don't even know if I've mentioned this on an interview before, but just before I went out to go film 46, just about 2 days before, I went to the Eras tour, and was just so high on my Eras tour fever. So I mean, I just had so much Taylor Swift at the top of my brain. So that wasn't necessarily the case this time, but I mean, I'm always a fan. So you know, if it comes up, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Why do you feel like, Charlie, you have what it takes to win it all this time around?
I think that, you know, I've gotten the experience of going all the way to the end of the game and obviously lost, but that teaches you a lot. And I think if I can learn from that and sort of do some little tweaks, then I can finish the job.
Yeah. Okay. And then final question for you. Now having 2 seasons under your belt, even though we've only seen you play out 1, what does this show mean to you? You know, 50 seasons is a big deal. As you said, it's had such a cultural impact. It's had so many iconic moments. What does it mean to you to be a part of 2 of those seasons that make it so special? And also, like, you know, maybe just what have you learned about yourself in that process?
Sure. I mean, well, just off the bat, I sort of the phrase or mantra that I tell myself is this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that I got to do twice, which is so incredible, and it's given me so many opportunities. It's let me meet so many amazing people, and that's something that's just absolutely unforgettable. You know, making such fun memories with my family, getting, you know, watching the show back, going to really cool events. So that definitely stands out to me. But you know, I think Survivor just it does a couple of things to you. One, it reminds you that you can push yourself really far, that you can sort of give that extra inch, that little extra oomph on whatever you're doing. You know, dig deep, as Jeff likes to say. And then it also just reminds you to keep seeking out adventure in life. I think having gotten to taste such awesome adventure through both seasons of Survivor, I'm sort of always hungry for more, and I think that's a great attitude to go through life with, is just keep seeking out really amazing experiences. There's so much that the world has to offer, and I just feel very lucky that I've gotten to experience such unique challenges and adventures and through the Survivor universe.
Yeah, well, I think that's the perfect way to end our time together today, Charlie. Survivor Season 50 premieres February 25th and airs every Wednesday to follow.
That's
Best
right.
of luck. We can't wait to see how all this shapes out.
Thank you so much for having me.